So there was a video that we watched by a lovely channel, by the name of Movie Bob. Some of you are familiar with Movie Bob, and some of you are not. For those of you that are familiar, you know what you're in for. For those of you that are not familiar, you're in for a lot of fun.
This is how Movie Bob talks.
Want to get enlightened in the middle of nowhere?
No,
no.
Movie Bob does not talk like that. Movie Bob talks more like want to commit genocide in the middle of nowhere. Like that's more so how Movie Bob talks.
We're not gonna get cut for you saying that word, are we?
No, I don't think so. If we do, then I'm just talking. Movie Bob's about to say it in this episode, in this video, so I think we're okay.
Rowan told me the title, that was like crazy to me. I was like, no way.
So this video is 11 years old, but it is also still relevant because Movie Bob still tweets things like this out to this day. So this is not irrelevant content. It's just funny, and I want to get Roman's take on it.
And I told Roland that there's no way that he's being real. There's no way that he's being real.
Oh no, he's real. He's 100% correct. He are not correct. He's 100% on point with this. Like, this is what he thinks. This is what he thinks. He has not changed his tune in 11 years. This is Bob Chipman presents the big picture classic. Magneto was right.
Oh my god, bro.
Magneto was right. No, dude, I can't already. This is the fucking music, dude. I just. It's so fucking stupid.
No, he's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling, bro.
He's trolling. Right. No, he's not. Dude, wait. Roman, how many minutes do you think into this 6 minute or 39 seconds in to this 6 minute and 9 second video? How many minutes do you think before he mentions the word Magneto?
2.
I'm gonna guess 6.
You're fucking with me.
I'm not. I'm not. He does not mention Magneto until the end of the video.
What?
I swear to Christ. It's like he might mention him once in the beginning, and he does not talk about him again until the very end.
But what's the point? What's the point?
This is just, dude, I don't know. I don't know what the point of this video is. That's why I'm showing it to you, because I want.
I'm telling you, he's trolling. I'm telling you that he's trolling.
No. He means it.
You know what's funny?
Title was a reference to a quote from a then current X-Men comic storyline, not an actual endorsement of ideology. Okay, sure.
When did this come out?
Let's hear what you have to say.
Hold on, wait a second. When did this come out? 2011, 2014?
2011.
That tracks because there was an X-Men comic where there was like an Elseworlds about like what if like Magneto was actually correct.
Roman.
It was an Elseworlds.
Roman.
It was an Elseworlds.
I know. He named it after the comic. And he said,
I know.
It's not about an ideology. Yet the entire show is about an ideology.
Yeah.
Just listen. This entire video is about an ideology.
Yeah. I know.
He's using it as a jumping point.
So, as a kid, I was bullied. Most severely in grade school.
What's that got to do with Magneto? What's that got to do with Magneto? We can tell you were bullied, Bob. Guess what? I was also bullied too. I don't make shitty content. I was called a retard about 18,000 times. Okay? But you actually deserved it. I didn't. Okay. So, like,
as a kid, I was bullied most severely in grade school. Hold on, let's go back. This is gonna take us. It's gonna be a long stream, guys. I gotta hear the music go into that.
So, as a kid, I was bullied, most severely in grade school, but still plenty in high school, just not as physically because I suddenly.
I can't make it through this.
can't do anything.
He's not even at his thesis.
Turned into one of the tallest in my class. I didn't react to it too well, even to the point of occasionally becoming a genuine scumbag myself in projection, something I regret to this very day.
What does Spider-Man and Venom have to do with that?
Wait.
Why were Spider-Man and Venom there?
He goes,
What were they doing there?
I got bullied, so I turned into a scumbag. Which makes me something that I regret to this very day. So he's like, I got bullied, so I treated everyone else like shit. Okay. Roman didn't.
No, I tried to be a nice guy.
An understatement. I don't think there's an aspect of my existence or psychology that isn't colored in some way by a lingering desire to somehow get back. Not only
talk about Magneto. Talk about Magneto.
Roman, did you not hear what he just said? I don't think there's a single bit of my psychology that isn't motivated by revenge. What the fuck?
Very day.
Yeah.
To say that I'm not over it would be an understatement.
I'm not over it. To say that I'm not over being bullied in elementary school and high school would be an understatement.
How old is bro here? Like 30?
He's like 40. Bob!
At some point, you just gotta laugh at it.
You're like, a grown man, Bob.
Bro, look. I'm over all of my bullying because I know that shit
was
didn't
over
matter.
the day high school ended.
Yeah, like, bro, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't think there's an aspect of my existence or psychology that isn't colored in some way by a lingering desire to somehow get back, not only at all those who were cruel to me, but at the whole overriding social system that allowed it to happen in the first place.
He wants to get back at the social system that allowed it to happen in the first place. No one should have ever bullied Bob. You wronged him. The world has wronged Bob, and the world shall pay.
Which I acknowledge is both sad and the worst possible way to deal with
something. Talk about Magneto, bro. Talk about Magneto.
He just said he acknowledges that his way of thinking is sad and the worst possible way of dealing with it.
I mean, at least he's being honest, though. At least he's being honest, though, about it.
Why are you telling us this?
Because he's trying to justify what he is about to say.
That's why. Your thesis is that you got bullied and you're still mad. He's going to tie this into the fact that Magneto was in a concentration camp and he was still mad about it. I fucking guarantee it.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
He's gonna be like, just like Magneto was in a concentration camp.
He was in a concentration camp.
That's what he's gonna do it. I know it. That's where he's going.
Whatever. Basically, planet Earth, you'd better hope I don't run out of bad movies to take this all out on.
Oh, guys, look out. We better hope that he doesn't run out of bad movies or else Movie Bob's gonna
Okay, first. Okay, hold on. First of all, Transformers 1 isn't even bad. Okay? So, I don't know why he has Optimus here.
I would even argue that Transformers 2 isn't that bad.
Nah, like, it gets
Transformers
bad around
3, bad.
Yeah.
And then everything else sucks.
1 and 2.
But 1 and 2 are fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know why he has Optimus here. It's crazy.
The insidious thing about bullying is most of the time it's inexplicable. You don't know why it's happening to you, or at least
you don't know what. What the insidious thing?
Happening to you.
The insidious thing about bullying is that you don't know why it's happening to you.
That's the whole point. That's
Stop
the whole
being
point.
A fucking pussy, and it won't happen to you. Like, just fucking stand up for yourself in the first. He's literally complaining that he couldn't stand up for himself. Bob! You're airing out your own dirty laundry!
least what the logic
Bro's
chain
in
is
his
behind the
40s.
supposed why. Certain whys can be easily guessed at. Why pick on members of ethnic or racial minorities? Well, racism.
What? What?
What? What?
What?
What? What's this
Why
got
are
to do with
you being bullied? Look at racism. What? Maybe you just suck. Maybe you weren't. You know what? Maybe he wasn't actually bullied. Maybe he just was an asshole and no one liked him. That's what I question.
Duh. Why are gay kids or kids who were thought to be gay picked on? Well, lingering arcane superstitions about homosexuality being evil or sinful. But what about everyone else?
No,
What about
kids are just
weirdos?
mean, Bob. That just is what it is. Kids.
That's literally
kids are-
it. Kids are just fucking mean.
Kids are just mean, Bob. Like whether you're black, white, or purple,
Retard, bro.
kids are just mean to each other. It just is what it is. Like
Roman, I just want to remind you that you said 2 minutes.
yeah.
And he has not mentioned Magneto yet.
Okay, well, you know what?
I'm telling you, bro. He's not going to mention
I'm holding on, bro.
He's
I'm
not
holding on
gonna-
to hope. He's
I
gonna
think-
mention him in the next 5 seconds.
I
Next 5
think the
seconds.
last line of this video is going to be, and Magneto was right. That'll be it. That'll be it. I got bullied my entire life, and Magneto was right. Fuck you, Bob. Fucking asshole.
But like everyone knows that Magneto's not right though, right?
Dude,
Like-
here's the thing. I don't mind taking the piss out of Bob's videos because Bob's a dickhead. I'll say
Yeah.
like he literally has called for people's death on Twitter and shit. He's an asshole. So
Yeah.
I have no problem taking the shit out of these videos. Also, does anybody see this guy? Look at him. Is that a black guy with like a white perm?
You sure it's not a woman?
That's a dude. That's a black dude with a white perm.
Damn. His hair looks kind of good actually.
That's just like, yo, that's crazy.
That's fire.
And freaks and dweebs. What about geeks? What about
Hey.
everyone else? What about
Hey,
weirdos and freaks
it's
and
Meech.
dweebs? What about geeks?
Meech.
What about nerds? What about, well, me? Straighter than Brad Majors, whiter than Billy Quizboy's business partner. What had my crime against the
Bob,
standing
you
social order
suck. That's why
You're
that's
an
why you got bullied.
asshole.
The standard response, of course, is because you were different. Now, is it just me, or did that ever strike anyone else as a particularly stupid sentiment? Everyone is different. Hell, I could personally attest that my bullies came in all shapes, sizes, and colors. It was a veritable rainbow coalition of fairness. So I never
You know
really
why?
bought sizes and
You know why,
colors.
Bob?
It was a
Because you deserved it.
Bob's just in a video game in his head, and these are people that just run at him down the hallway in school.
No, like look, right,
He's
bro?
like, ooh, 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 ooh.
When I was in middle school and in high school, I stuttered a ton. And so people would like make fun of me and like, finish my sentences and shit. So people would also say that I was a retard because I, talked very slowly. So while it wasn't justified, there was a reason, I guess, for people to quote unquote bully me, right? But for Bob, he probably was just like, hey guys, Voldemort's right. And then, people were like, Bob, shut up. Like
No, Bob was probably more so like, I will rule you one day.
yeah.
Like he was that
Something like
kid.
that.
He was the kid that would like run down the hallway and just be like, all of you will be my subjects. You will all know the wrath of Bob.
Bro really thought that he was cooking.
You will all know the wrath of Robert Chipman.
Okay, but no one deserves to get bullied except for Bob. Bob is like the only person. Everyone else should not.
Okay. I still can't say that Bob deserves it, but Bob, I don't want to push anybody to go fucking make fun of Bob or whatever.
I'm talking about when he was a kid. I'm saying like when he was a kid.
It would be funny if somebody did leave a comment on this video and be like, still relevant.
I'm totally not going to do that after this. But yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, muffler tape. I'm with you there, dude. I love EFAP tearing into him. This is how I found this video from an old EFAP, but they didn't know about it. This is fucking hilarious. Let's continue.
I can't believe that this is
rainbow
real.
coalition of torment. So I never really bought that because you were different thing. And it's been my experience that very few in similar situations did either. It's also been my experience that while we never get an answer, a lot of us know what we want the answer to be. That we were hated because we weren't just different, but somehow superior.
What? What? What?
You're getting into a whole nother territory now, Bob.
What?
You're getting into a whole other territory of people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was bullied because I was superior to the kids on the football team.
Roman.
Okay.
Think about where this goes. You are a superior human. That sounds very close to Aryans.
He's not saying that, is he?
He is. He is.
Bro, what is wrong with him?
We got bullied because we are superior humans. That is why.
What is wrong with him?
Just wait. I'm telling you, this is not a troll. This is real.
I've come to theorize that this notion that social ostracism is actually a result of normal people's fear of some intangible supremacy of the misfit who is not merely different but better is a reactive fantasy that exists somewhere on.
Did you catch that?
I caught it, but
the fear of the normal people is that the misfit is actually better. So he's saying that people that get bullied are actually superior humans. And that's why they get bullied, because the rest of society fears them.
All right, but there's one problem with that.
There's one problem with that? Bullied. I think there's a lot of problem with that.
There is a main part of the argument that kills that whole theory.
I've seen idiots.
Everyone gets bullied at some point. So, does that mean that everyone is a misfit?
Oh my god, we haven't even made it to Cosmonauts video.
You have me heated here, bro, because as someone that got bullied, I can tell you that he is full of shit. Bob definitely did. Bob didn't get bullied.
The point is that he's literally saying he is a superior type of human.
I know that, but that's not what pisses me off.
Eugenics right now.
I know.
He's literally talking about eugenics. It's 3 minutes into a 6-minute video, and he hasn't mentioned Magneto once.
And he's going to mention him now at the 4-minute mark.
No, he's not.
At the 4-minute mark.
No, he's not.
I'm telling you,
in the psyche of every nerd, but better, is a reactive fantasy of that this notion that social ostracism is actually a result of normal people's fear of some intangible supremacy of the misfit who is not merely different but better is a reactive fantasy that exists somewhere on some level in the psyche of every nerd, geek, whoever suffered just for being. For some, it's the not-so-secret driving force of their entire worldview.
What is he talking about?
Hold on, let me replay that part.
Fear of some intangible supremacy of the misfit who is not merely different but better.
The misfit that's not different. Their fear of the misfit.
I get that, yeah.
Is a reactive fantasy that exists somewhere on some level in the psyche of every nerd, geek, whoever suffered just for being.
So it's a fantasy that every nerd that's gotten bullied thinks that they're better than everybody. I don't think that's fucking true, bro. That's actually sociopathic for you to say that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not true.
I didn't feel that way as a kid. Roman didn't feel that way as a kid. I'm pretty sure, which I can't speak to this because nobody on the football team ever did this to me, but I know for a fact that they did to Roman. When a football player made fun of Roman and they were a fucking athlete, I'm pretty sure Roman knew that guy can sprint better than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't think to himself, well, he's making fun of me because he knows I can be better at football than him.
No. That's some sociopathic narcissist shit.
That's literally what I'm saying. And he's saying that don't lump us in with you, bro. Not every fucking nerd is like you, dude.
Bob gives nerds a bad name, bro. Seriously.
I don't think he does because people watch his videos and go, "This is fucking insane." We're gonna look at the comments after this. I guarantee you, there's comments from EFAP on here, guaranteed.
For some, it's the not-so-secret driving force of their entire worldview. For others, it's perhaps a fleeting subconscious comfort that they don't even recognize. You can see ample evidence of this mindset informing much of the popular culture, particularly in the realms of sci-fi, fantasy, and anything else aimed at, well, you know. Think about the heroes of
Magneto.
The Incredibles, forced into the shadows of normal society, not for being bad, but for being too good at stuff.
Talk about Magneto!
Our powers made us special.
Wait, that's not the point of Incredibles. What is he talking about?
Yeah, wait, hold up. What
is he saying?
The Incredibles got put away because they were too good at stuff? No. Hold on, we're going back.
For some, it's the not-so-secret driving force of their entire worldview. For others, it's perhaps a fleeting subconscious comfort that they don't even recognize. You can see ample evidence of this mindset informing much of the popular culture, particularly in the realms of sci-fi, fantasy, and anything else aimed at, well, you know.
Okay.
So fantasies in general? The fuck are you talking about, dude? Yes, you can see that the fantasy genre creates fantasies for people to escape into. Yes. That's literally what he said. Am I wrong? Is that what he just said?
That is what he just said. Yes.
That's pretty much what he just fucking said, right?
Yeah, that is what he said. He just uses words and he talks fast. So it sounds like he's saying something different.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like it's something intellectual, but it's not. Like, that was retarded. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong here. Right?
No.
Chat, he did say that. I'm not stupid. I'm pretty sure he just said, in layman's terms, he just said fantasy is what fantasy is. Because you can escape into fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, what? But he said it in a way that fantasy, sci-fi, and like fiction are all things that fantasy is fiction and sci-fi, and you can escape into fantasy, fiction, and sci-fi. Is that what you? I gotta go back and hear that again. I might have to put the subtitles on. That sounded retarded.
He sounds like he's smart, but he's not.
You can see ample evidence of this mindset informing much of the popular culture, particularly in the realms of sci-fi, fantasy, and anything else aimed at, well, you know. Think about the heroes of the...
I gotta go back further.
Geek, whoever suffered just for being. For some, it's the not-so-secret driving force of their entire worldview. For others, it's perhaps a fleeting subconscious comfort that they don't even recognize. You can see ample evidence of this mindset informing much of the popular culture, particularly in the realms of sci-fi, fantasy, and anything else aimed at, well, you know. Think about the heroes of The Incredibles, forced into the shadows of normal society, not...
So, I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Okay?
This literally just... He's just saying movie words.
Yeah. No, he's just saying shit.
This is word vomit.
I want to know what he says about The Incredibles, which by the way has nothing to do with Magneto.
Roman, we're 40 seconds from 4 minutes, bro. I think I'm winning this. You know what, dude? I don't actually think he's gonna mention Magneto at all.
Not for being bad, but for being too good at stuff.
That's not why. That's not why. It's because he stopped the man from fucking killing himself.
And got sued.
Sued because the man got injured. That's why. Not because he was too good at his job. The guy literally said, "You ruined my death."
Yeah.
The beginning of this movie is heavy.
So, did Movie Bob not watch The Incredibles?
Yeah, like, when's the last time you watched The Incredibles, bro? It's because they hurt people. It's because he gets sued. He loses his job as Mr. Incredible. By the way, The Incredibles is a better Fantastic Four than we're ever going to get. By the way, just saying.
Well, yeah. Technically, there's 5, but yes.
Yeah, there's 5 now. In the first movie, there's 4.
Right. Yeah.
But instead of Dash being on fire, he can run fast.
Right.
Other than
Yeah.
that, they all have the same abilities.
Yeah.
Her
And
her spatial abilities, Violet's spatial abilities are pretty much the same thing that Mrs. Incredible can do. Or not
Yeah,
Incredible,
exactly.
fucking Mrs. Fantastic.
And then
Storm.
Helen is Reed. And
Yeah,
then,
Helen's Reed, and then he's fucking
the Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's still and as someone who has read the Fantastic Four books, Incredibles is just like a better written story.
The Incredibles.
I'm sorry,
good, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't mean I don't mean it's better than the Fantastic Four comic books, the original ones. I just mean it's the best Fantastic Four like adaptation. It's still better than this movie that's gonna come out in July.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you this is gonna be a more accurate representation. Also, Frozone is the shit.
Facts.
Everybody, yo, dude, I fucking love him.
Frozone's badass, bro.
Frozone's cool as fuck.
Like,
woman, where's my super
suit?
Dude, that's the best.
I can't believe that's Mace Windu, bro. It's crazy.
He's yelling at him, and he's like, "Woman!"
You told me where my suit is, woman. We're talking about the greater.
He's like, "The city." Fucking love it. Okay, all right. I can talk about how great The Incredibles is. Not the second one, but the first one. We have a video about Movie Bob to continue.
Dash said it better than I can.
Our powers made us special. Everyone's special, Dash. Which is another way of saying no.
That doesn't prove what you're saying. That doesn't prove what he's saying.
Is Bob comparing Bob's comparing himself and nerds to Dash and The Incredibles. Because we're special and we have to hide it. And we're superior and have to hide it. Bob thinks of himself as superior and he has to dumb himself down for other people. That's what he just basically fucking said.
Is this dumb Bob? Have we not met Smart Bob?
Oh my god, dude, we're in for trouble if we ever meet Smart Bob. It'll be like you'll get into it'll be like Skynet, and you get into the Skynet, and like everybody's walking through. They're all walking through. They're like, we finally fucking made it. They just got through a major fucking war. It's like the team makes it into the center of Skynet. There's this massive fucking war going on outside, and the one strike team just finally fucking punches through, makes it into the center of Skynet. They kick the fucking door down,
and Bob's
guns in the air, and Movie Bob is sitting in a chair with tubes all in him and shit, and he's like, Magneto was right, and Master Chief is a Nazi.
I still can't believe that Bob said that the Covenant was correct. That's crazy to me.
He goes, welcome to the great journey. I will light the rings. I will light this holy ring. And he starts going into the prophet speech. I will light this holy ring and bring us into the divine beyond. And it's like, Bob, take him out now. He's like, ah! He's like, fucking huge. It's like some Warhammer 40k fucking Dark Souls boss fight. He's like the size of fucking Yorma the Giant. You need like some special sword to slice Bob down.
No, bro, he's sitting there with like the Paul brothers and fucking like Mr.
He's like, no. They're dead. They're hanging by their corpses are behind him because he is better than them. Bob is better than all. He's got, like, Amaranth as his fucking, like, Princess Leia on a chain.
Star Wars Sex-Plained is also there with him.
He's, like, fucking 3 stories tall. Boogie's, like, his fat-ass fucking advisor that just sits there in a chair. He doesn't move. He just sits next to the throne.
He has,
Dude, somebody make this video game. Somebody mod over the Yorm the Giant boss fight in Dark Souls. Somebody mod Dark Souls 3. Mod Dark Souls 3 to make all the bosses like different YouTubers. That'd be fucking great.
Please.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, dude, I like this. I like this idea of Movie Bob being like the final boss. He's just like fucking huge.
You know what's crazy?
You need
He's probably like 5'2" in real life. He's probably like 5'2".
Hold on.
You're not actually looking him up, are you?
Have you ever actually seen a picture of Movie Bob?
I haven't, no. I can picture what he looks like.
Bob!
He still lives in his mom's basement. He has a neck beard for sure. He has like pit stains in his shirt for sure.
No way! No way! If you look up Movie Bob, the next two things that come up after Bob Chipman is the minion named Bob and the blob monster from Monsters vs. Aliens. They're named Bob.
So fine. Why is that so accurate?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, we're laughing a lot tonight. I like this.
Oh, we're not even onto the story.
I called it. I called it, didn't I? That's him. He looks like the stereotype. He's not helping himself. He looks like the stereotype. Why does he look like a gay Mick Foley?
Oh, fuck. Movie Bob. That's the infamous picture, bro. Oh, shit. Why do people do this to themselves, guys? Like, why?
Why would he post that on the internet? Why would he post that on the internet?
Why would he post that? Why do you do that? This will look good on my MySpace page. As I'm talking about how fucking genocide is correct. Like, what? Let me dress up like Mario while I tell you about how Magneto should have genocided the world and the Covenant was correct. Like, what the fuck? Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, like, dude,
I'm crying.
People, here's the thing. You would not think this is real, but all of his videos are like this. All of them. The Halo video might be... I don't... Actually, you know what? We're not done with this yet. I can't say that the Halo video is worse.
Does he have a video saying that Sauron was right? Does he have a video saying that Sauron was right?
No, he probably has a Lord of the Rings video, though. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can't even imagine a Movie Bob Lord of the Rings video. Holy shit. I bet you he's got a Rings of Power video.
3.5 minutes in, he hasn't mentioned Magneto. He's gonna mention him. He's gonna mention him at 4:12. He's gonna mention him at 4.
No, you can't change it. You can't change it until we hit 4 minutes.
All right, fine. 4.
You can't even change it again. You lost already twice.
Actually, kind of a micro variation on objectivism. Come to that.
What?
Hold on. What is this?
What?
Our power ring is special. Everyone's special, Dash. Which is another way of saying no.
La 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 la. Fuck you. YouTubers that put clips like this into your videos, you guys are dickheads. Because if anybody's reacting to your video or telling people to watch your video, you can cause us to get hit on copyright when you put stuff like this in your videos. Because guess what? If, and I'm not saying he does this, but if King's Advisors makes a video and he puts a clip of Game of Thrones in the video to make a point, and it's this long, I gotta pause it and talk over it. Because you could just show the clip with subtitles and talk over the clip with subtitles.
Or
You don't have to,
you could
you don't have to play it.
or you could alter the voices. You could also
No,
just do
don't
that
do
too.
that. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible to the ears. Don't do that. Don't do it at all. Just talk over it. Because whenever
Right.
somebody else is watching it, and then you don't have to ever worry about your own video getting copyright struck. Like, I don't get it.
It's actually kind of a micro variation on objectivism, come to think of it. Perhaps the ultimate modern archetype is Harry Potter.
What's that got to do with Magneto? Wait. Objectivism has to do with Harry Potter? What is he talking about?
The objective modern archetype is Harry Potter. Let's see where he's going.
What's that mean?
Roman, keep in mind that we have gone from, let's see, what's in the beginning? Getting bullied to racism and gay people to nerds to his dreams and how he's superior and how it's a fantasy to The Incredibles to Harry Potter. All within 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and we still haven't mentioned Magneto.
I'm telling you that he's trolling, bro.
He's mentioning everything except for Magneto.
That's why I'm saying that he's trolling.
He's not, though. Like, I've seen enough of Movie Bob's videos to tell you that he's not. Unfortunately. It's not something I do for joy. I do like people ripping into them, though. It's funny. I hope it's enjoyable for you guys, because this is ridiculous. It's just like...
I mean,
guys,
this is funny, but, like, sad.
Let me tell you something. If you think that it's difficult to be a YouTuber, just remember that Movie Bob has a channel that's been going since, let's see. He's got 137K subscribers. His channel's been around for like fucking 12 years. 13 years, some shit. Probably more. Probably like more like 15.
There's people that actually agree with him though, because look at the right. It says X-Men 97. Magneto was right. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, I know. But that's from a different channel. That's like Screen Crush or some bullshit. But
who watches
anyway,
Screen Crush?
A lot of idiots. Normies. Bob has that many subscribers and still has a channel after all of this that he's doing in a video where he says Magneto was right and hasn't mentioned Magneto in 3 minutes and 40 seconds into a 6-minute video. So
my question is,
and by the
how
way,
does the video not get ratio?
Keep in mind that probably the last 20 seconds is an outro. But you guys can do it too. This is what made Roman and I be like, yeah, no, we can do it. If we can do it,
it's really not that difficult.
It's not. Really, look at this.
It's really not that hard.
Look at this.
It's really neglected, outright abused. But perhaps the ultimate modern archetype is Harry Potter. Teased, neglected, outright abused by his supposedly normal family of ordinary people, only to learn that he's not merely different from others, he's better.
I don't know if he thinks of himself as better.
Harry never says that.
I don't
Harry's
think
a humble ass dude.
I don't think Harry ever thinks of himself as better.
Harry's a humble ass dude.
I think he's just different. He's not better.
Yeah.
He actually very much cares about the normal people, because if Harry thought of himself as better, he would join Voldemort, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was the whole point of... Bob is on Voldemort's side. Unknowingly. He doesn't even realize it. He does not even realize that he's on Voldemort's side. With what he just said.
Yeah.
He's saying that Harry finds out that Harry is better because he's a wizard. Therefore, Bob is saying that wizards are better than regular people. And he's thinking, because earlier he said that people that get bullied are superior. So therefore, if Bob was a fucking wizard, he would be on Voldemort's side, because if he got bullied by regular people and found out he was a wizard, he'd be like, I'm better than all of you.
Yep.
Bob is on Voldemort's side. Bob's not on Harry. He thinks he's on Harry's side, but he's not. What the fuck are you saying, Bob?
A born prodigy at wielding godlike supernatural powers. Welcome to every nerd's ultimate fantasy.
No,
Whoa.
I mean, Harry's just a dude. He doesn't have godlike powers. He has to learn over time. Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, he actually sucks for like 5 books. He's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Like, he's not good in the first book. He's not good in the second book. He's not good in the third book. He's not good in the fourth book. In the 5th book, he learns a lot on how to defend himself and fight. And then after that, he's like pretty fucking solid with dueling and fighting and shit. Because up until the 4th book, he doesn't really have to fight all that much with spells.
Well,
like, up until the 4th book, because that's when it gets real. That's when he knows that he's got a hit out on him, and like every motherfucker, as soon as like any bad motherfucker is gonna try to kill him. So after he first meets Voldemort, like legitimately, and barely survives it, he's like, "Fuck, I gotta train." So that's what he does. So like, because up until Voldemort legitimately comes back in corporeal form, he doesn't really need to rush his training.
Well, but Harry also got bailed out though a lot too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he doesn't really have to rush his training until Voldemort legitimately is back in corporeal form. And then he's like, oh, fuck. Like, now I gotta like learn and go. And even up until Deathly Hallows, he's still pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Like, with certain spells, he sucks. He doesn't know any protection charms. Like, Hermione does them for their campsites. And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's like, charms, bro. And he's like, oh, yeah, my bad. Like, he's not good with that shit.
It's
like,
obvious the movie. So
he's supposed
movie
to
Bob.
Like, okay, so he's very similar to Obi-Wan in the way that, like, he's not a prodigy. So Movie Bob just called him a prodigy. He's not a prodigy. The only reason Harry Potter's special is because he didn't fucking die.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's the chosen
like,
one.
Good,
but he's
dude.
not like.
And the only reason Obi-Wan is fucking special is because he happens to be the Jedi that trained Anakin. That's it. Obi-Wan's not that good. He trains in defensive mode because he sucks at using the Force and he sucks at attacking. He's really good at negotiating and defense and strategy. That's what Obi-Wan's good at, so that's what he focuses on. That's why they send him for Grievous, because they know that he can disarm Grievous and defend against 4 lightsabers, because he's trained in specifically defense and not offense, because he knows he's not good at offense. So, like, that's the same thing with Harry. Harry knows he's not good at certain shit, so that's why Harry's really fucking good at flying a broom.
Yeah.
The same way that Anakin Skywalker is really fucking good at piloting. He's also really good at using a lightsaber. But, like, if you take that away from him, he's basically Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Except for the fact
So it's obvious to me that Bob never ever read the Harry Potter books or watch any of the films.
He's not a prodigy.
Wielding godlike supernatural powers. Welcome to every nerd's ultimate fantasy. Oh, okay, second to ultimate fantasy.
I can't agree with that point, Bob. That one I can agree with. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, third. Look, it's up there. Oh.
Wait, what was third?
Oh, okay, second to ultimate fantasy. Okay, third.
Who is that?
Is that Lara Croft? No, it's not. Who the hell is that? Chat.
Resident Evil. That's Resident Evil or Lara Croft. It's one or the other.
Look, it's up there, okay? It's not just that they don't understand you, it's that they're intimidated by you.
Bro, you are a sociopath. You are a sociopath. I got bullied because everyone's truly intimidated by me. Isn't that the plot of the Joker?
Yeah, and Joker's
Dude,
and, and Joker's made to be wrong in that movie.
Isn't that
And
the
Joker's
plot
made to
of
be
the
wrong.
Joker, dude? Where he's like, he's just been bullied the entire time, and he's like, I'm actually better than everyone.
And Joker's wrong in that movie. And Joker's wrong in that movie. You know why? Because Joker's a serial killer psychopath.
Movie Bob's like, you know why, Murray? Movie Bob's sitting there. He's in his Mario outfit on Murray tonight, and he's like, "You get what you fucking deserve."
Look, it's a great movie, but Joker's wrong.
No. Instead, Movie Bob's on Joe Rogan's podcast instead of Murray. He's like, "You know why, Joe? You get what you fucking deserve." And he's dressed like Mario. Fucking Bob Chipman, dude.
And your bullies aren't just wrong, you could make them pay for it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Bro's on Nicholas Cruz's side, bro.
What the fuck? Your
Bro's on
bullies
Nicholas
aren't
Cruz's
just
side.
wrong. You can make them pay for it.
Up there, okay? It's
Does
not
Harry
just
make
that
the
they
pay
don't
for it?
understand you, it's that they're intimidated by you. And your bullies aren't just wrong, you could make them pay for it. And then, of course, there's...
I told you it was around the 4-minute mark. Actually, I called it. I said 4:12.
Roman, did you know that your bullies aren't just wrong? They're actually intimidated by you, and you can make them pay for it. Have you ever thought about that?
So the kids
Have
on
you
the
ever
football
thought
team
about hitting
bullied
up
me.
somebody from high school and telling them that you're going to make them pay?
So the kids in high school
What the
thought
fuck?
that I was going to take their spot on the football team. That's why they made fun of me. Okay, cool. That's cool. I didn't know that.
the X-Men, a school for gifted youngsters, gifted in this case meaning natural-born superheroes, literally referred to by science as homo superior, who've been driven out of the normal world because people fear their extraordinary powers and abilities. Immature? A reactionary empowerment fantasy we should really just get over by...
I just want to appreciate that shot right there for a second.
What run is that from?
It's probably a Jack Kirby run. He knows how to draw asses.
That is a Jack Kirby run. I can tell because of how Wolverine's drawn. Yeah.
I was going to say Wolverine and what's his name? Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack Kirby knows how to draw. Kirby knows how to draw his women. Look at all three of them. Look at Storm. Look at even fucking Rogue back there. All of them. Yeah.
Bro, Storm?
Can we just appreciate the fucking Kirby art, dude? I'm pretty sure. All right, this will really suck if this isn't Kirby, but I'm pretty sure it's Kirby. Could be. No, Chuck Dixon didn't ever work on X-Men, did he?
Nah, and it's not Miller. It's not Frank Miller.
No, I don't think
this is either John Romita or Jack Kirby.
What about Mark Miller? It wasn't Mark Miller, was it?
No, it could be Mark Bagley though. It could be.
Either way. Look at the fucking tone, bro. You put the tone in the fucking... They don't draw comics like this anymore, dude. Just saying.
Nah, bro. No, bro, look. As someone who reads modern comics, all the women are sticks. Why? For what? For what? Why?
Because the male gaze
men are
is
still
wrong.
muscular.
The male gaze is wrong.
By now?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. After all, the oppression of nerds by normals thing kind of ends once you're out of the cesspit of high school.
The oppression of nerds by normals.
By normals?
I don't
What does
think
that mean?
I don't think that in high school nerds were really that oppressed in 2011.
11?
Like,
yeah, because
Black was popping off, bro. In fact, you might get made fun of if you didn't play Black Ops.
So there was kind of a time where like being a nerd wasn't like uncool. It was a niche. But now it's cool to be one. Now it's cool to be a nerd.
No, because like even still, like if he made this in 2011, like Bro, gaming was pretty big. The 360 and the PS3 were out. Like,
Yeah.
the Xbox One was about to drop. The PS4 was about to drop. Like, people were fucking gaming. Like, every dude had a game console.
Yeah.
Like, whether you were on the football team or not, like, you were gaming, or somebody, like, no one had a problem with you gaming. And by the way, every chick was playing a game on her phone, like Candy Crush or some shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody was doing this. This is a fallacy. Now, you might have gotten made fun of for being a huge Star Wars fan and wearing Star Wars shirts and shit. But, like, if you came in fucking talking about your KD, like, other dudes be walking up to you fucking be like, yo, my KD's this. And you'd be like, all right, yo, like, 1v1 after school. Like, bro, yeah. People would be fucking talking about gaming and shit. Like, no one got made fun of for having a good KD in Call of Duty.
True.
I swear to God, no one did. They'd be like, yo, that's fire. You might have gotten made fun of by a couple chicks, but then you just be like, yo, these bitches don't get it, bro.
Right.
I just went fucking like 20-0 in a round in a game of fucking
I wish I could have gone 20-0.
I just went 20-0 in a game of Search and Destroy. And like the chick would be like, I don't care. And like every dude would be like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, bro. That's crazy. You murked that team in all 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, a dude would understand that, but like no one got made fun of for being a fucking nerd. You got made fun of for like maybe liking Star Wars in 2011 or being a big fucking nerd for something specific in 2011. And then as soon as like 2014 hit and like Disney, like the fucking trailer for The Force Awakens came out, you were the popular kid because you knew all the shit about Star Wars and everybody wanted to know about it. So it didn't matter. At least that's how it was in my school. So
yeah,
this is a fallacy. Because guess what? We got fucking Pokemon cards. We got Beyblades. We got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We got Tech Decks. We got Bakugan. We got a fucking tennis ball, so we couldn't play.
The Beyblade tournaments were the shit, bro.
All that shit got fucking banned in my elementary school because everybody was into it and kids were fighting over it. Elementary school, bro.
Remember the Yu-Gi-Oh days, bro?
No one got fucking made fun of for that shit. We got silly bands banned because kids were fucking.
Remember the Yu-Gi-Oh days, bro? They were awesome.
Yeah, bro. I used to have a trap card that I carry in my wallet just to fuck with people. Just be like, now you've activated my trap card. I don't know what happened to it. I need to get a new trap card just to keep in my wallet.
Right? Or does it?
No. Yikes. Yeah, so this next part is pretty indefensibly whiny. Bad 2011, Bob. Bad.
This part is whiny?
Shut the Bob, I think the first minute is whiny. He still has not said the word Magneto, by the way. He mentioned
Bob
for a second.
Bob's one of those...
Dude, Roman. He mentioned the X-Men for a second and then immediately got off of the X-Men. He's not talked about Magneto yet.
Bob is one of those people that would say, you know, the Beatles weren't all that great because, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to think of something that like he would say. The Beatles weren't that great because they've since been outsold.
I'm totally fine with somebody saying the Beatles weren't great, but saying they suck is a lie because you cannot like them and say they're not great. But saying they suck, like they can't play instruments and they're not good, is fundamentally incorrect because clearly they're good. I mean, they were one of the most popular bands, if not the most popular band of all time.
Yeah.
So like you can't say that like they aren't good musicians. But what you can tell me, and I will totally take, is that I hate them. I hate the Beatles. I don't like them. And that's fine. Like the same way, if somebody came up to me and said, I think Lord of the Rings sucks, I hate it. I'd be like, well, you can't say like the cinematography's bad. Like you can't say like the music's bad. You might not like the sound of it. Or the look of it. Or like you might not like fantasy. And usually someone will just go, well, no, I'm just not really into fantasy. But if someone tells you, like, No, they're shot horribly, and the CGI is terrible, and the music sucks. You'd be like, okay,
And the acting's bad.
and the acting's bad. You'd be like, okay, you cannot be talked to about critiquing any movie. You don't know what you're talking about. Because even if you do not like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it. But like, you can't say that like fundamentally it is bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about the way the popular culture, even today, demonizes different people of extraordinary ability.
What?
Okay, let's hear them out.
Particularly extraordinary intellect or outside the mainstream artistic vision.
Who the fuck demonizes Bob Ross?
Yeah, I've never heard anyone ever talk badly about Bob Ross.
Who the fuck demonizes Bob Ross? That is a terrible thing to put up there just because you're talking about artistic vision. Maybe put up
Who talks badly about Bob Ross?
No, maybe just put up graffiti. Because people do complain about graffiti. But it is an artistic vision. Just put up a picture of a graffiti art.
Yeah, why do you put Bob Ross there for?
Because technically speaking, it's illegal. Also, is that fucking what's his name?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
It's a weird fucking name. He's in Far Cry. I mean, not Far Cry, Fallout, the show.
Yeah.
I love him. Goggins, Walton Goggins. Is that Walton Goggins? I think it is Walton Goggins.
I think so. No, but him putting Bob Ross there is crazy.
That's that doesn't make any sense.
Think of all the mad scientists, disturbed artists, or psychotic intellectuals. Think of how stupidity, simplicity, and
Jersey Shore.
Okay, let's see the pictures he puts up for each of these things.
Humanizes different people of extraordinary ability, particularly extraordinary intellect.
Intellect?
Or outside the mainstream artistic vision.
Outside the mainstream artistic vision. I don't know if this is outside. I don't know if Bob Ross was technically speaking outside the mainstream, but okay. He painted paintings and he just did it on TV. I wouldn't say that's outside the mainstream. I'd actually say that's very mainstream, but he did it in a way that influenced many people in a great way.
Yeah.
Think of all the mad scientists.
Okay. Bob, you are saying
yes.
He is saying, think of all the mad scientists. Meaning the mad scientists out there in the world. Think of them, guys, sympathetically.
Disturbed artists.
The disturbed artists.
Psychotic intellectuals.
The psychotic intellectuals.
Think of how stupidity, simplicity, and anti-intellectualism are lionized. Think of
what does Bill Gates have to do with this?
We're going to find out, I assume.
How Bill Gates was seen as a supervillain for making billions in technology.
That's not why.
That's not why.
Even in 2011, Bob, that wasn't why. Even in 2011, that was not why. It was still Big Pharma in 2011. That was still the reason. It's the reason now, and it was the reason then. It's still the fucking reason, Bob. It had nothing to do with the fact that he owned Microsoft. No one cared about that. Everybody was like, yeah, we appreciate Microsoft, but can you stop giving all this money to fucking this shit so that, you're just making bank?
Off, like,
you're making
fucking, yeah.
You're making mosquitoes? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Wait, what's Michael Jordan have to do with this?
We're about to find out, I assume. I don't know. Magneto hasn't been mentioned, and we're at 5:08. We have a minute left, and there's no mention of Magneto or why.
I lose, Roland. I
know. I don't think I'm gonna hear the word Magneto in this video.
Think of how Bill Gates was seen as a supervillain for making billions in technology, while, say, Michael Jordan was an American hero for making billions by bouncing a ball.
Are you kidding me right now?
That's not why he was seen as American hero. He was literally one of the best fucking players of all time. And I'm not even a basketball fan. Not only that, I think he really hit hero status when he got fucking AIDS and became a huge proponent for it. Not proponent for it, but proponent for like an advocate.
That was Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, my bad. Fucking Michael Jordan was different, my bad.
Jordan was
MJ
just
and
influential,
Michael
though.
Jackson, whatever the fuck. I think he became fucking real, like, Michael Jordan became fucking really big with different shit. Not because he
people still buy Jordans now, bro.
He's still
people
fucking
still buy Jordans now.
Dude, he was remarkably influential towards kids.
Yeah.
Also, like, he was not supposed to fucking make it.
No.
At all. He got seen potentially. There was potential. I watched the movie about the Nike fucking shoes. I watched the movie, and it was good. Ben Affleck. I thought it was gonna be stupid, and it was pretty good. But like, in reality, like I actually did look into it afterwards. He quite literally fucking he did so much shit for people. That's why they saw him as an American hero. It's like people saying that you know, like let me think of something. Let me think of a person. Let me think of a person who you wouldn't think. Tom Cruise is an American hero because he's in movies.
No, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, yes. No, Tom Cruise is an American hero because he's fucking insanely good at what he does, and he actually really cares about the people and the fans. People love him. People love him as a person. He's a great person, seemingly.
That's why
he's into Scientology. He's into Scientology, but I'm just using him as an example.
That's why people like Johnny Depp too.
Yes, exactly. That's why people defended Johnny Depp, not because he plays a pirate, but because he dresses up as a pirate in his free time and goes to children's hospitals to hang out with kids with cancer. That's why people like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
That's the reason. People like Robert Downey Jr., not because he plays Iron Man in a movie, but because he's really good to people in real life. He's a genuinely good person, and guess what? He came out of like fucking hell and came out on top through his
addiction, and he has made billions since.
Yes,
billions.
That's why he has a great comeback story. That's why people like Robert Downey Jr., not because he shoots propulsor beams out of his hands in a movie. That's not the reason that people really, really like him. They like him because he's a good person on the outside. They like Iron Man because of that. They don't like Robert Downey Jr. because of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. People don't like Robert Downey Jr. because of Iron Man.
Don't fucking belittle Michael Jordan, bro. Like, that's fucking retarded.
No, bro. Bob talks smart, but he is the most shallow person ever.
No, he just uses big words. It's retarded. A lot of YouTubers do that. They use big words, but they mean nothing.
Yeah. All right. There's less than a minute left. He has to be getting something here. He has to be.
So we've gone through this video so far called Magneto Was Right. We started with the fact that Bob got bullied. And then after talking about that, we talked about how Bob became really mean because he got bullied. It was mean to everybody else and how he needed revenge. And how the world is lucky that he watches bad movies to review. Okay? And then we get to the point where him getting bullied is just like racism and homophobia. And how nerds actually live in a fantasy, but they're correct. Because you can get revenge on your bullies because we're superior and we're different. The Incredibles were like that. Harry Potter was also like that. And Harry Potter knows that he's better than everyone and is superior. The X-Men are homo superior. That's all he said. Okay. Smart people, mad scientists. Bill Gates, Magic Johnson. Let's continue. This is the video. Magneto was right. That is literally the gist of it.
In fiction, highly educated so-called elitists turn out to be Hannibal Lecter. In real life, meanwhile, cannibal serial killers tend to have a vastly less refined background.
Huh? What's he talking about? What's he saying?
How do we get here?
You know, bro, I've been asking that same question.
Dude, there's 30 seconds. There's 40 seconds left.
You know, the fucking intro is perfect. Do you know why we're here? It's one of life's greatest mysteries, isn't it?
Broman, we're talking about serial killers and cannibals now. How?
He hasn't talked about Magneto once.
Dude, how? How did we get here? I need to go back.
Yeah, wait, how did we get here?
Bill
We were
Gates.
talking about Bill Gates 20 seconds ago.
Bill Gates, Michael Jordan, Hannibal Lecter. What the fuck?
Anti-intellectualism are lionized. Think of how Bill Gates was seen as a supervillain for making billions in technology, while, say, Michael Jordan was an American hero for making billions by bouncing a ball. In fiction, highly educated so-called elitists turn out to be Hannibal Lecter.
Do they? Highly educated elitists turn out to be Hannibal Lecter. I think I can name a highly educated elitist in a movie that's not evil or a murderer. Who could you categorize as a highly educated elitist?
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Severus Snape.
Severus Snape, yep.
Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park. Also Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park.
Yep. Reed Richards, if you want to be technical.
Yeah, Reed Richards. I would Mace Windu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, there's like tons of people that are Gandalf.
Yeah.
Theoden is an elitist of what he does. No women on the battlefield, and he is a soldier through and through and a king through and through. He is elite in what he does. I don't think that you can just say that all of the elitists in anything. Being an elitist does not make you a villain. You can know that you're part of something greater or part of something more, or know that something needs to be elite without being evil. However, most elitists would be evil, but I think you can argue that there are elitists that are not evil. I think there's a lot of anime characters that fit that trope.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that Kenpachi in Bleach is an elitist. He will not have anybody in Squad 11 that cannot defend themselves, that cannot fight to the death and give a good death. He will not allow you to be in his squad unless you literally can like fight like a fucking animal. And that's the whole point of his squad.
Yeah.
So I would say that is an elitist. Right? And then the same thing with the stealth squad in Bleach. You can't join it unless you are the best of the best at stealth. That's elitist. They're not evil, though. They're all good people.
Would you say that Levi falls under that category?
Absolutely. And I would also say that Elvin, I would say the entire scout regiment falls under the elitist.
Yep.
They are the best of the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I would also say that all three regiments in Attack on Titan are elitist.
Yeah.
All three of them. The scouts, the military police, and what is the fucking other corps? It's the Survey Corps, the MPs, and the ones with the roses on their back.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm blanking right now.
I forget the name of that corps, but them. Crimson will know. Crimson! What's the name of the third corps?
Crimson!
What's the name of the third corps, Crimson?
Come through, Crimson! Come on, man!
My point being is that there is like a lot of elitist characters that are not evil. Like the 501st. The entirety of the 501st clone troopers are elitist. They're all elite clone troopers. It takes a lot to work under Anakin Skywalker. They say that.
the third.
And same thing with the fucking 212. Obi-Wan's fucking division as well with Cody. You can't serve under them. And like they're literally considered some of the best divisions in the entire fucking army. Same thing with Plo Koon and Mace Windu and CC10. Those 4 or 5 divisions are like fucking insanely good.
Crimson, what is the 3rd regiment in Attack on Titan? The ones with the roses on their back.
I could totally look this up, and I'm not going to do it.
I just want to get this video done.
All right, 520 and no mention. So apparently they're like Hannibal Lecter.
Uh-huh.
He's working on Fictionology. By the way, Crimson, I can definitely make it to Fictionology on Wednesday, but I've not had the chance to finish Death Note, and I don't think I'm going to have it finished by then. I have seen it before, but my information will be vague, so either I will make it or I will just not come on for that one, depending on what you want me to do, because I can still be part of the discussion, or I could just not come on. Whichever, because I don't care either way. I'm cool with either one. It's
not going to be the same without you, bud.
I'm cool with either one, though. If you'd prefer me to have more information, that's cool. If you'd prefer me not to and just come on anyway and talk about it, that's cool, too. I don't mind either way. Because if you guys are trying to make it real tight and succinct and just have you two bouncing back and forth talking about it, that's fine.
I think Muffler is going to be there, too.
Yeah, I think Muffler will, too.
You can show up. That's cool. Oh, okay.
What is that you said? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll hang out then. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Dude. Yo, Crimson, tell me how Dan Vask posted a video today and it wasn't the Man Bun song. I'm so fucking mad, dude. Maybe we'll go over Dan Vask's new video with Eric July, because he did do a song with Eric July from the Rippaverse, which is pretty cool. I didn't hear it yet, so maybe we'll play that after this. Go over that to kind of wash our mouth out before we go over the next video.
In fiction, highly educated so-called elitists turn out to be Hannibal Lecter. In real life, meanwhile, cannibal serial killers tend to have a vastly less refined background.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What so in fiction, elitists are like Hannibal Lecter, but in real life, cannibals aren't like Hannibal Lecter.
What is he talking about?
What's your point? What's the point of that?
What is he saying?
Roman, if I came up to you and I said this sentence, so in movies, dude, the elitists are all like Hannibal Lecter, but in real life, cannibals are like Ed Gein, and they're really not that special. They're just cannibals. You'd be like, yeah. Okay.
I would be like where are you going with that?
The show today, and I was like, guys, I got a topic for you. In movies, like Hannibal Lecter is an elitist, but in real life, cannibals, they're not as special as him. You guys would be like, what the fuck topic? That's literally what he just said. What does that have to do with anything?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Did he write a script for this video?
I think. I would assume so.
Now, obviously, there's...
Settle down, folks. Fuck you, dude.
Some hyperbole in this. In reality, nerds aren't quite mutants, and we don't live in the world of the X-Men.
No fucking shit, Sherlock. I hate when YouTubers do that, dude. I hate when YouTubers are like, in reality, we're obviously not in Star Wars and don't have the Force. Like, yeah, no shit. You don't have to tell me that. You don't have to say in reality.
That's why it's not real, bro.
Yes, you're making a point about something fictional. I understand your point. You don't have to. Actually, I don't understand your point because it's retarded. But you don't have to say, "Hey guys, I'm making a point about the X-Men. By the way, the X-Men aren't real, and we don't live in that universe." No fucking shit, Sherlock.
But ask yourself, if it were, and we did, and you were a mutant, be honest. Whose team would you really end up on?
The fucking good one, because I'm not an asshole, Bob. What the fuck? If I was a mutant and I had superpowers, I'd probably still save people.
He said it. Wow.
Bob, guess what? I got made fun of in elementary school and middle school sometimes. And I still hold the door for old ladies and people. I'm still really nice to people all the time out in public. I would still save somebody from a burning building without superpowers, Bob, because it's the right thing to do.
Wait a second. So is he saying that because Peter Parker got that, you know, he got bullied, he shouldn't be Spider-Man, even though with great power comes great responsibility?
I'm sure.
Is that really what he's trying to say?
I am almost positive he has a Spider-Man video, and I don't think we want to get into that today. I'm sure he's got a Spider-Man video.
You know, Spider-Man shouldn't be a superhero because he got bullied. He should use his powers for evil. Like,
I have to hear this again.
And we don't live in the world of the X-Men. But ask yourself, if it were, and we did, and you were a mutant, be honest. Whose team would you really end up on? The let's be nice and work with the people who hated and tormented us team, or the let's show those bastards who the world belongs to now team?
Probably the one to prove that we're not all that bad.
Right. That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
That's the fucking point. Probably prove that we can actually help everybody and save lives, not murder the entire world and subjugate it. You're fucking insane. Still has not mentioned the name Magneto, by the way. 19 seconds left.
I know where I'd be. Just saying.
He said it! He said it! If Bob had superpowers, he would subjugate the world. He said the quiet part out loud, bro. That's
Look.
crazy.
Look.
That's crazy.
Look. I'm not justifying what Magneto did, but at least he went through the Holocaust. What has Bob gone through?
Somebody called him fat in middle school and in elementary school, and they kept calling him fat until high school. It was the same guy. He just kept calling him fat, probably. Bob got tired of it, and he said, one of these days I'll rule the world, and when I can control metal.
Like I said.
And I'm sitting in Skynet.
Magneto's
You'll
wrong.
Be sorry.
But he has a little bit of a reason.
You'll be sorry when Bob Chipman has 137K followers on YouTube.
Like, look, Magneto's wrong, but he has a little bit of a reason. A little bit. Bob would have none.
Bro.
Dude went dark.
Dude is insane. LOL. Dude went dark. Rudy is from MT or something. All right. We're almost there, guys. And the name Magneto has still not been mentioned.
Bastards who the world belongs to now team. I know where I'd be. Just saying. I'm Bob, and that's the big picture.
He didn't mention Magneto once. He didn't say the name once.
Bro, he just talked about getting bullied and how everyone's an asshole and how nerds are a superior race. And then he just goes, I would subjugate the world. Goodbye. That's the big picture. What the fuck?
What the hell? Bro, what? What? What?
That's Movie Bob.
What?
First introduction to a Movie Bob video. Go back.
All I gotta say to that is
what?
Like what?
Go back and watch episode 117 of this podcast and watch the Halo one. It's crazier. I would say
the Halo one is worse.
Is it though? Because in that one he's calling the UNSC who's defending themselves against genocide Nazis. But in this one, he quite literally is advocating for nerds to rise up and take control.
So a while ago, I made a character who was this dude who used getting bullied in high school as an excuse to become evil. It's like I gotta rename him to Bob.
Dude, please name him Bob. Please name him Bob. Please name him Bob. Crimson Hood. Oh my god, can you make him like a big Mario fan?
Put him into a Mario costume.
You know, a must. Yeah, just randomly. like one like chapter. It's Halloween and he's dressed as Mario. Please, I.
That's true.